What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to talk to you guys about Warhammer 40K. Now, this marks the final days of the 13 days of Halloween, and that means that these next couple of episodes are gonna be horrifying. Especially the one I did yesterday, which I gave you guys my own personal experiences with Xenos. Actually, what it was is just me recalling the times that I've had sleep paralysis, and that was not a very fun time. So if you want a spine-chilling story, go ahead and check out yesterday's 13 Days of Halloween video. Matter of fact, I'm going to post the entire playlist for it so you guys can binge and watch all things horrifying that have to do with horror in 40K. But anyway, that brings us to today's video. This video is all about Body Snatchers and Warhammer 40K. Now, before I jump into the most well-known Body Snatchers, I want to talk about a theory that involves the Tau, more specifically the Ethereals. So for a long time now, it's been rumored that there's some shady stuff going on with the Ethereal cast. These guys appeared out of nowhere, and they essentially led the Tau from primitive brutes who almost killed each other to a space-faring superpower. Now, how they did this, it's theorized that maybe they got some type of mind control, maybe it's based on psychic abilities, or maybe it's a type of pheromone control. Whatever it is, it's something that is seen in between the lines of Tau lore. The whole concept of the greater good could be seen as like propaganda, a means to make a bunch of different species think about a singular collective. Now, when it comes to the Vespids, you always see the Vespid leaders with a helm. This type of helmet device is said to be able to allow Tau and Vespid to communicate. However, many people theorize that this might be a way of controlling the Vespid to whatever whims of the Ethereal's desires are. Another thing that kind of helps this theory thrive is the events that happen upon Arthas Moloch with Farsight and his Ethereals. So basically what happened on this planet, this dead world, is that they encountered chaos. It was, I believe, Khorne and Tzeentch demons popped out of the Immaterium, and they beheaded the Ethereals of the Tau. Now, after this happened, Farsight and his men, in a way, started to think more clearer. They saw the bigger picture, and they realized that, hey, the greater good is great and all that, but there's something more to the galaxy. We're not just here to bring everybody into the greater good. There's much more than that. And after that, that's why Farsight defected from the Tau Empire and started his enclaves. So that's probably the biggest interpretation of the theory as to it's got to be like pheromone control or something with the Ethereals, because after their death, that's when he started to see things for what they really are. Now, I know mind control isn't really body snatching, but in a way it could be considered, because if they're able to influence your body, your mind, your thoughts, in a way it's not you in control. However, as we switch gears and talk about the actual Body Snatchers of 40K, this one is 100% legit. And it all begins with a plague, the Enslaver Plague. Now, even though it's called a plague, it kinda isn't in the traditional sense. So what is it, you might ask? Well, it's essentially an invasion. An invasion by an intelligent warp-based creature known as an enslaver. Now, enslavers are kind of a mix of a jellyfish with a face hugger from Aliens, but when it latches onto a being, this being is 100% a psychic being. So it doesn't just latch onto any creature, it has to have a powerful psychic link. Now, these puppetry creatures turn their victims into a living, breathing warp portal, and that's why they need to be psychers to manifest this portal. Essentially, it then creates a doorway for more enslavers to enter the material universe. And with that being said, the Enslaver Plague was an unprecedented event way back in history, just towards the end of the War in Heaven. And legend states that because the War in Heaven and the Old Ones and the Necrons, the warp became really unstable. And this instability is what caused the enslavers to pour out of the Immaterium. Not just a few thousand, but millions. They latched out to literally every psychic species created by the Old Ones, and even the Old Ones themselves. Together with the forces of the Catan and the Necrons, the Enslaver Plague was just too much for the Old Ones to handle, and that's why they had to leave this galaxy. And with very little life left alive in the galaxy, the enslavers retreated back into the warp, and the Necrons had no choice but to sleep and hibernate until the warp was able to quell itself and creatures began to live and overall thrive within the Milky Way galaxy. And that, my friends, is how a plague pretty much hit the reset button on all life in the galaxy. That's kind of scary considering what's going on right now in real life. So, that's all I got for today's video, guys. Quite horrifying, but not in like the gory aspect. It's a type of fear that's more primal. It has to do with like losing control of yourself, losing control of your body, and essentially being used as a mere puppet for the purposes of another being. That's kind of scary, because that also ties in with like the whole sleep paralysis thing from the video from yesterday. It's never good to not be yourself in your own skin. But anyway, guys, be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe because, like I said, we've got just a few more videos until Halloween. So, again, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, I have been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'm signing out. Peace.